Despite scientific findings which emphasize fluidity in sexuality, sexual orientation is still being presented to the contrary as fixed and unalterable. The American Psychological Association, for example, has long documented that many people report having undergone notable shifts in their patterns of sexual attraction, behaviors, or orientation identities over time. And in 2014, the Royal College of Psychiatrists changed its position statement, which up to then had claimed that sexual orientation was genetic and thus fixed, to recognize that sexual orientation does in fact change and is responsive to postnatal influences. Yet activists in the USA and Europe, even including the mental health institutions themselves, continue to demand that professional and pastoral support helping people to leave unwanted homosexual feelings should be criminalized. Thus, the must stay gay or mandatory gay legislation proposals in several jurisdictions remove the chance of people getting help to live in ways that they choose. Each person in this series of interviews recognizes that they are not victims of their sexual feelings. They choose to leave homosexual behaviors, and as they do, many find that their feelings and patternings change. Listen to this.
And so I was an only child, really. My parents were quite disconnected from each other and also from me. So I grew up a very lonely child and just didn't really have any connection with my parents at all, apart from being fed and clothed. They looked after me in that kind of way. I didn't have a close relationship with my mum. In fact, I didn't have any close relationships really with any kind of women as role models. And so my life was outside of the family. One of my earliest memories is trying to get adopted by another family. And I had a sense of a lack of belonging, really. So that was my early years. As I headed into teenage years, I began to feel very overly connected with certain girls. And as my teenage years progressed, that got more intense. My desire to have one friend and be over-involved with that one friend was very, very strong.
If you'd like to hear the full interview, go to voicesofthesilence.tv. Subscribe at no cost to access all the interviews of those who are coming out of homosexual practices and those who support them. And don't forget to buy our DVD, Voices of the Silenced, Part 1.